Welcome back into the Bettor Half Hour, my favorite segment where we bring you veterans in the sports betting space, fresh out of Southern California. Our guy that called this match and got to experience it, Arash Markazi, back in the building. Arash, great to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
All right, we got to just start with rehashing the fact that you, as a fan, get to enjoy them, but you also called them to win the Super Bowl early on. How good did it feel to win as a bettor and a fan?
It felt really good. I mean, to be honest, I thought that they would cover these last two games. So while I was happy that the Rams won, they actually did not cover against San Francisco and Cincinnati. But the reason that I like them, again, I know I'm a Los Angeles sports fan, defense. This was the one reason that at the beginning of this season and as we went towards the close of the season, defensively, the way that this team got to the quarterback. And when you look at the way that they closed out the championship game against San Francisco in the Super Bowl against Cincinnati, it was defense that closed out those two games. Again, they won both, did not cover both, so I'm happy. But listen, they could have done me a solid by, covering the spread.
Yeah, that missed PAT was a rough one. But you were inside the building, Arash. Talk to me about the experience, first ever Super Bowl at SoFi.
It was tremendous. I mean, it was so great to see the Super Bowl back in Los Angeles. We haven't hosted this game in 30 years. So to see not only the hometown Rams play in the game, but for it to be in Los Angeles, it was incredible. And again, I know there was a lot of people saying there was a ton of Cincinnati Bengals fans. The Bengals fans were loud. That's Los Angeles, Alex. As you well know, being from Southern California, the Rams are used to that. The Chargers are used to that. So it really did, despite the fan turnout for Cincinnati, it felt like a home game.
Now, did you find it more enticing to live bet being at the actual Super Bowl, or did you kind of refrain and hold off?
I refrain and hold off. I mean, because here's the thing with the live betting, the Wi-Fi is not that great, and it's a little bit of a problem to do live wagering when you're there live. Again, that should change at some point in the not too distant future. The other thing is when you're at home, you have you have the TV in front of you. You have TiVo, so you can rewind and you can pause things, and so that's the beauty. It is such a great TV sport that when you're there live, you kind of just want to enjoy the game. So did not do the end game, but again, that is why, by the way, so many people flew out to Los Angeles for the week of the Super Bowl, flew back home to watch the game because they prefer to watch the game when they're at home.
Without question. On that note, Super Bowl champ, do you have any interest in flirting with a way too early plus 1,000 for the Rams to go back-to-back here?
I will flirt with that only because, listen, the two big question marks going into next season, Sean McVay and Darren Donald, are they going to come back? I hear they are. Again, they just want to soak it in, enjoy the day. But I do believe both will be back. So I really like that number. Again, I think there's more question marks than usual about a young coach and your young star defensive lineman. I do believe both will be back, so I like the Rams.
I got to ask you, I know you have your sources, Arash. More likely to happen, Odell re-signs as a Ram or Aaron Donald retires?
Listen, I don't think Donald will retire. I think he's thought about it. He's going to talk about it with his family. I think eventually he's going to come back. And I think Odell Beckham Jr. comes back. I don't know if that would have happened if he did not get hurt. But the injury he suffered, I just think it makes sense for him to rehab, recover with the Rams. I mean, Cooper Kupp rehabbed from the same injury. So did Robert Woods. And he's had such great success with this team, with Matthew Stafford, with Sean McVay. Come back for another year. He'll come back at some point during the course of the season and then test the market. Again, I mean, he's not going to get a big contract right now while he's hurt. So again, I do think for the Rams, both of those guys do come back.
On a futures bet note, we hope it comes out there for us to fire on. Do you fancy Matt Stafford as a Hall of Famer at this moment?
Not at this moment. Listen, I mean, he had such a Hall of Fame pass, that no-look pass, Alex, maybe one of the best passes we've seen in Super Bowl history. But when you just look at the totality of his career, what he did in Detroit, and not a knock on him, he can't do, I mean, there's been a ton of great careers wasted in Detroit, but he's only made one Pro Bowl. And so, listen, he's not done yet, right? He's going to come back, but right now, if he were to retire today, not in the Hall of Fame, does that change if he wins another Super Bowl? Perhaps two more. Of course it does. So right now, no. In the near future, perhaps.
I want to shift to the Lakers. I know you have some inside knowledge there as well with the squad. So Westbrook, again, don't know how serious those trade rumors were, but he doesn't get dealt. Do you think from a betting perspective, you would trust this team more because the chemistry is tighter because they know they're locked in for the rest of the season with this roster?
I don't think so. And again, I hate to say this because I want them to kind of turn that corner, and maybe that they do. But we've seen the pieces; they just don't fit. And they wanted to trade. They wanted to make a trade at the trade deadline. They simply could not get a deal done. And so, the hope is that they actually get into that play-in tournament, because the fact of the matter is they're only 2 games out of not being in that play-in tournament. So. But I don't think there's a flip of a switch with this team, or that because no one got traded at the deadline that they'll all of a sudden come together. This is a wasted season, and I hate to say it, but no, I don't have any more confidence with this team.
Well, is there such a thing as a good loss coming off that 2-point L against the Warriors the other night with the LeBron missed free throws? Because that looked to me like one of their most complete games in recent memory. And I'm hoping that does get them a little momentum, obviously taking on the Jazz tonight.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. For some franchises, you can have a moral victory. For the Lakers, if you're below 500, about 60 games into the season, there are no moral victories. I mean, this was a team, when you looked at them on paper, were supposed to compete for a championship. So the fact that you lost a close game to the Warriors, listen, I like the fact that they had some fight. There's been a lot of games this year that were depressing and demoralizing and embarrassing, quite frankly. So that was nice to see. Hard to say moral victory again. At the end of the day, they're a below 500 team. So we'll see how they close out going into the break. But no, when you're the Los Angeles Lakers and you're below 500, no moral victories.
And I'll get you out of here with this. I know you know the Clippers well also. What is the status on Kawhi and Paul George? This team, they ousted the Warriors earlier this week. They covered against the Suns. Do you think there's any value in this Clippers team without their 2 stars still winning games and staying competitive?
100%. I mean, this is my favorite bet right now on the futures board. I mean, you could probably, depending on where you go, get the number at plus 10,000, which is crazy. If the Clippers were healthy a year ago, if they had Kawhi Leonard a year ago, I would have liked them to win the championship. I mean, they would have gone up against Milwaukee, but that was an amazing Clippers team. And I'm hearing, perhaps, again, this is not locked in and set in stone, that they could get both Paul George and Kawhi back before the end of the season. And if that's the case, you add those 2 superstars to a team that has been playing really well and has fought hard and has come back from 25 points down multiple times this year. I'll take a flyer on that. I mean, plus 10,000. Are you kidding me?
Let's go, Arash. Always bringing value out of Southern California. Thank you so much for joining us. When we return, we're talking golf. Don't go anywhere. I'm breaking down this weekend's matchups here on the Better Half Hour.